But first up, is Prince Harry now asking the UK government to pay for protection all around the world? Queen Camilla says King Charles won't behave himself, and as Diana's brother Charles Spencer divorces for the third time, are that family cursed? For reaction to these big royal stories, I'm delighted to welcome Prince Harry's biographer, royal journalist Angela Levin. Angela, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Prince Harry has permission to continue his legal action against the Home Office for top-level royal protection when he's in the UK, but it seems he could want more. What's going on?
Well, he wants it done very quickly. He's been able to appeal against the first court case. So this is number 3. He owes over £1 million now. That's what's been spent, and he will have to pay it back. So he's very keen to get the OK. So he's got the green light that he can take it to court again. However, he actually said to the judge, can you please hurry it up, because I would like it done at the end of the month or just into July, because Meghan and I are doing a round the world tour. We want to make sure everything's all right. You think, shock, horror. Is he going to use our tax money to go all around the world? And in any case, he can't do that. But the judge very nicely said to him, no, you can't push in. You have to wait, and it'll all go. And you're not well enough in the VIP group to actually go and in front of everybody else. So the arrogance of that, you see, he's still thinking in terms of he's a prince. He's not a prince. And I think that this country will go absolutely mad if they use our money.
Taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money to go around the world. And I suggest it'll be a lot in Africa, because they think that worked, although it didn't, actually.
Nigeria was a disaster, wasn't it? I mean, the First Lady of Nigeria was deeply offended by Meghan Markle.
Yes, and
her rather risque outfit.
Yes, and inappropriate to wear at that time, and she was very open about it, and she was, why has she come, and all that sort of thing. But if they do, they start going around everywhere and using it well away from this country, I think it will be very, very annoying to everyone. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I can't see how you can keep on going back again and again and again.
Tonight, outrage erupts as royal biographer Angela Levin accuses Meghan Markle of trying to destroy the royal family. The comments come as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex prepare for a controversial world tour one critics say looks more like a royal takeover than a charity mission. Angela Levin, one of the most outspoken royal commentators, did not hold back. She claimed Meghan's goal isn't reconciliation, it's revenge. In Levin's words, everything Meghan does is to outshine and undermine the monarchy. As the Sussexes step onto the world stage again, these words echo louder than ever. The upcoming global engagements are reportedly being planned with Hollywood precision media crews, high-level meetings, and star-studded appearances. Royal insiders fear this may blur the line between service and self-promotion. The concern? That Meghan and Harry could be building an alternative royal brand, one that rivals the institution they left behind. At Buckingham Palace, the mood is uneasy. Officials are said to be monitoring the Sussexes' itinerary closely while the King continues his health recovery and William shoulders growing responsibility. The return of a Sussex spotlight tour could not come at a more sensitive moment. A senior aide reportedly described the timing as deeply unhelpful. Angela Levin insists this isn't coincidence. She argues Meghan's strategy is deliberate to reclaim global attention, to outshine the royals, and to rewrite the narrative.
But he's very determined. He's absolutely determined.
However, Angela, he is the King's son.
Yes.
That was not a choice he made. Doesn't he deserve the best protection? How would we feel as a country if, God forbid, something happened to Harry?
No, the point is that if it comes anything to do with the royal family, he has the best protection. He has, like the King and the Queen, he gets that very good protection. If he comes to see friends or to do something that's got nothing to do with the royals, he has grade 2 or grade 3
But even when he's just seeing his friends, he's still Charles's son, isn't he? And that wasn't a choice he made.
Yes, but if you step down from being a royal, you can't expect the same sort of attention that you get if you're not. And you can't actually control it. And you can't have, he can bring people over, but they can't have guns. Whereas here, our police can have guns. And they have all the information they need about, rogues here and there. And he doesn't get that. But you have to accept that. You can't take it out of the government. It's just not right. He can pay for it if he wants to, for himself, but he can't actually expect us to pay for him and his family all the time.
And this Harry and Meghan world tour, I mean, that'll be a major headache for the palace, won't it? Because King Charles and William were reportedly fuming about the Nigerian trip because it was a quasi-royal visit.
Yes.
It sounds like the couple will be doing that on a global scale this summer.
Well, it does. I don't know whether it's true, but I think they thought it was great fun. And unfortunately, Meghan wants to destroy the royal family. She has done for a long time.
Of course, she would deny that.
She's a very, very determined woman, and she tries to copy it and do it in a more modern, upbeat way, which she thinks is much better. Well, you don't know what's right until you learn, actually. For example, because she went and they were there with somebody who was, he had to pay £2 million or something, £billion in America. He was a fraud, and they were being very nice to him.
Yeah, their host in Nigeria.
Whereas if they come from investigated week somewhere else by the royal family, by the aides, then you are safe and you know who you're talking to. But I feel that if what happened in Africa was drips that can go through down to the royal family and make it very difficult, and people can assume that's how they're behaving, but of course they're not.
Levin told GB News that Meghan's actions reek of resentment and that Harry has become, quote, a willing accomplice in dismantling royal dignity. Harsh words, but they've struck a chord with many traditionalists. Online reaction is fierce. Supporters praise Meghan for using her platform to advocate for modern causes and independence. Critics accuse her of hypocrisy, turning her back on the monarchy while profiting from its prestige. Has the Sussex mission for freedom turned into a campaign of destruction? The British monarchy's image is built on continuity, discretion, and duty. The Sussex brand, however, thrives on disruption, emotion, and media power. Two worlds, one crown. And as Meghan and Harry's global ambitions expand, so too does the question, can the monarchy and the Sussexes truly coexist? Angela Levin's warning is stark. If Meghan continues down this path, the damage to royal unity may be irreversible. A new world tour, a storm of headlines, and an old family feud reignited. For the royals, the battle for image and legacy has only just begun.
Indeed, or let's look at another wider member of the family. Diana's brother, that's Harry's uncle, Charles Spencer, divorces for the third time. Will this poor man ever find happiness?
It's very, very difficult, actually. I wrote a book about the background to Diana, and really what happened is that her father was very unpleasant to them once the divorce came about. He had hit his wife, and Diana and the little boy, Jed, had seen that through the banisters. And it's very, very difficult, and you haven't got that sort of stability. And little Charles was only 3 when his mother went away, and he couldn't bear it at night, and he would cry and cry and cry. And Diana was frightened of the night too, and she didn't dare go out, but she felt it was her responsibility to look after him during the day. So they were very unhappy children. They had loads of au pairs and nannies coming and going. Usually the mother would have had looking after the responsibility for the children, but he wanted to have that, so that was very difficult. But then, you see, he had a very bad time at school where he felt he wrote a book about it, and he was raped, and that was very, very difficult for him.
Outrageous.
And so he used to cut himself, and he used to make himself sick. Now, Diana did exactly the same, and I think if you have that type of background and childhood, it's very, very difficult to relax into a happy family life.
Most definitely. James, give me a bit of picture of some of the royals, if you can. Clearly, this has been a very tough time, and we wish him well. Third marriage, as you say, there's a real pattern there, which is very sad. What about Queen Camilla complaining about King Charles, saying he's not behaving himself? Many wives watching will be familiar with this.
Yes, he said, she said he doesn't do what he's told. And various people have been saying, well, isn't that a true man?
Yeah.
They don't do that. But she said that about 3 or 4 times now when she meets someone, that's what she says. But she also always says, well, he's doing very well, but he just isn't taking it easy enough. But he was taking it easy. He was pacing up and down. He couldn't bear it, but he was at home. And the doctors, I think, very wisely, not that I know medically anything, that people need to be happy. They need to do what they want if they are ill, because it helps them get better. And I think him being out and about, and he wouldn't have wanted to miss the D-Day event at all, or trooping the
unlike
colour
a few other
on
notable
Monday.
individuals who shall remain nameless. Last but not least, Angela, some indirect news from Catherine, Princess Kate.
Yes, it was really thrilling, actually, that she wrote to the Irish Guards, who are going to be the ones who are trooping the colour on Saturday. And she said, she had been made colonel, and she said how sorry she was that she couldn't be with them, but that she hopes that she will be there very, very soon. No, it was one very soon.
Yeah.
And they were delighted and very touched. And it shows that she's there, really. She's mentally there, she's emotionally there, but she just can't go out and about now or work hard because she's not well enough. And we just bless her and wish that she feels well soon as possible.
Most definitely, we do wish her well, and a chink of hope that we will see her at some point in the future.
Yes.
But of course, her recovery is the #1 priority.
Maybe Wimbledon. She loves Wimbledon.
Wouldn't that be fantastic if she was on centre court? We can but hope. Angela, a thrill to see you. Looking fabulous in royal blue tonight, let me tell you. Do come back and see us again soon. The doyenne of royal reporting.